Okay, we've all dealt with the bent, twisted, warped wood, most likely from Home Depot, but what do you do with it? You fix it with steam. So a little bit more detail on that. Last summer, I bought 3 whiskey barrels from a local distillery. I used the bottoms for planters, then I used the top lids of them and some rings for some pretty cool pub tables. Then I took a bunch of them, sliced them down real small for some smoker chips, which are actually in my Etsy shop. They're amazing. They smell, oh my God, they smell so good. But I still have a bunch of these I still have a bunch of these things left. And as you can tell, it's bent because the whole stave is, well, obviously just the barrel shape. And I want to use these things for a lot of different projects, but with them being crooked like this, they're really, really hard to use. And you can't run them through the planer because if you do that, all you're going to do is take off this middle section, take it all the way up, and you're going to have thick, thick, thin. It's just going to look weird. I don't want to do that. I just actually want to straighten this. And one of the ways to straighten wood is a steam box. And if you've never seen a steam box, all it is a box or a tube or something that you pump some hot steam into and you set the wood in there for, I don't know, a couple hours. And then you take it out real quick, you put it in some vices, you can either straighten it or you can bend it. A lot of people use it to bend wood, but this time I'm gonna use it to straighten it. And this is the stuff I'm gonna use to make the seam box. So here's the basic idea. I'm gonna take this metal ducking, wrap it with this insulator, stick it into this concrete tube, fill the gap between this and this with foam, so it's super nice and insulated. Then use these as caps. And this is my steamer. So for your steam, all you need is something that creates steam, preferably hot steam. Now Craig actually makes a steamer, but it's pretty expensive. It's just the exact same thing as a wallpaper steamer. These things are a quarter of the price. Just use a wallpaper steamer. Then we're gonna stick this all together and we're gonna straighten some wood. Oh, I made that sound way too simple. I don't know where to start. Okay, so first thing first, what I think I need to do is the metal tube is much longer than this, and this is the size I want it to be. So I need to cut this down. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the crinkle end off. Gonna use some tin snips. Gonna use some tin snips. Oh, I'm gonna mess this thing all up. I'm gonna cut myself like 37 times before this is over. Nice. Now, if anyone out there is looking for somebody to do some HVAC work with some nice clean cuts, I'm your guy. Okay, so the next thing to do is when you're putting your wood in here, you don't want it to just set like right down on here and like, because it's gonna pool in the water. You don't want that. You want the steam circulating over it. So what I'm gonna do is I got these little metal rods. I'm gonna poke through here and basically set like right around there. That way I could put them all the way up through here. And it's gonna create like a little shelf to where the wood's gonna sit on there. The water can flow underneath of it, but the air or the steam can circulate around it. All right, now I gotta drill into here like that. Oh, that's perfect. Ah, yeah, see, that's gonna be perfect. See, nice little shelf. Now I'm just gonna do that all the way up. Okay, so I know Rigid has lifetime warranties on their batteries. If there's anyone from Rigid watching or anyone who's ever dealt with a dead battery or batteries that have gone dead and gotten their battery replaced, how do you do that? Because I love this drill. This is one of my favorite drills. I've had it for years and I've whipped this thing across the room in anger many a times and it's like held up perfectly. And I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to replace it. All I want to do is replace the batteries because they're going dead and I don't know how to do it. I looked it online and I just don't know how to replace the batteries or get that warranty taken care of. Okay, so if you can see all the way down in there, I got all the bars in there and I got them almost at a tilted angle all the way down. What that's gonna do is help the water flow off if there's any sitting water on there. So, because I want the steam to constantly circulate around the wood and kind of penetrate the wood, not just sit on it. Okay, next thing is the insulator. What I'm gonna do is wrap it around this to make sure I keep as much heat on the inside as I possibly can. Oh, that works out Perfect. Perfect. So hopefully it still fits in this. Fit, baby, fit, baby, fit, baby, baby, fit. Uh-oh. Oh, just barely. Oh my God. This is a perfectly snug, okay, that's too snug. Oh, come on, fit. Yes. Come on, just a little bit more. Okay, so the original idea was I was just going to slide the metal tube in here that's going to be wrapped with that insulation, and then I was just going to take this foam filler and fill in the crack. But this is so tight, it fits like a glove. There's really no room to put this, so I think that's it. Okay, so this is where we're at with this guy right now. So this is the rear cap of it, and I did put a little bit of that spray foam down in here just to make a nice, perfectly tight seal. And I also made these two little holders for it. But you also notice the stands are a little uneven because you want it to be sitting like a hot rod or something really cool, or one of those trucks that are just. So now the reason why you want this at an angle is the steam is going to come into here, the front of it. And then as it goes in, the steam is going to come in through here and it's going to rise up to the highest point, which is going to be down here. Now down here at the end, it's all going to consolidate and condense and turn back into a liquid. And as it turns back into a liquid, it's going to drain all the way back down through here, and it's going to drain out this little hole right here. But now also one very important thing with this is as the steam's coming in here, it's going to consolidate all up here. It's actually going to consolidate all the way through here. And we're not trying to make a pressure bomb. So what you want to do is you want to put a small relief hole right up here, just a real small one, just to release some of that built up pressure. But you don't want to release a lot of it because you do want that pressure in here. You do want that steam in here, but you got to you want that fine balance. Okay, so now that we got the metal pipe in here, we got it wrapped with insulation. We have the end cap with a relief on it, and we have the front cap. It's got the little drain pipe on it. We got the shelf built in there. So now the last thing we need to do is be able to hook up the actual steam mechanism. Now for the steam mechanism, like I said, I'm using this wallpaper steamer. I think Craig does make an actual steam kit, but I mean, it's kind of expensive, and you can get one of these wallpaper steamers on Amazon for dirt cheap. It is going to take a little bit of modification, mostly with this, to be able to get it into here so the steam can go through, but I'm fine with doing some modification. I think that's half the fun in it. Okay, so here's how I'm going to modify this one. So this is the steam plate. This goes up against the wall like this. The hose connects straight up to here. Steam comes up through here, disperses through here, and that's how you steam your wallpaper. But this is all I really want, is this little thread piece right here, goes down into here, and this little piece. So what I got to do is just basically cut that out. Okay, since I'm a great cameraman, I forgot to hit record when I actually cut this thing out. But really all I did was cut this section out right here where the inlet was. This is where the thread is, and this is on the inside of it, which is exactly what I want, because this is going to thread into here, and this is going to be my delivery system of steam right into the tube. So the build is done, and now all we gotta do is get it to work. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and start with 3 pieces of wood because it's kind of a test. And the test is for how long this needs to go. So if you look it up online for how long you should steam wood to straighten it or bend it, it's all over the place because everything plays a factor. Species of wood, dryness of wood, the cut of the wood, the thickness of the wood, the temperature of the steam, it just goes on and on and on. So you gotta really play with it. And I'm thinking, since this is white oak, bourbon barrel Steves, something, I think it's gonna take a really long time. So I'm gonna start off with 4 hours, and I'm gonna test my first one after 4 hours. Now, one thing I wanna point out that I really wish I would've done differently was make the steam port that is connected to the actual lid some kind of a mechanical connection, because I just glued it in there really well. I used really good glue, but I don't know. It's kind of loose, and I'm worried since this is basically boiling hot water and boiling steam coming out of there, it's going to loosen the glue and it's just going to fall out. But I want to give it a shot, and if you're trying to build this at home, I would strongly suggest just starting off with trying to figure out how to put a mechanical connection on there. But we'll see how glue works. Yeah, so that thing's boiling, it's pushing steam in there, so this is boring. Oh no, I guess with all this extra time I could start my new workout program. I do have to start running. And it is pretty nice out. See, it is pretty nice. Oh, wait a minute, look at those. Look at those right there. Oh, those are storm clouds. No, I'm going in. Okay, we're right at the 2-hour mark, and you can see the steam coming out of here still. The glue seems to be holding up absolutely fine. I'm not even really that concerned about this anymore. The steam's coming out the back end just perfect. And one thing I cannot even begin to describe to you how good it smells in here. If you've ever been to a distillery, you can get that like charred oak, vanilla, caramel smell that's just floating through the air. Oh my God, it smells good in here. But this thing seems to be going well. I do have to refill this. And just for one thing, if you're wondering how hot it is in here, so I stuck a thermometer in here real quick just to get the temp. It's 210 degrees down at this end, which also is really good because the tube itself, I mean, it's warm, but it's not crazy hot. The end here, this is boiling hot. That's insanely hot. But so the insulation is doing its job. It's keeping all the heat right in here and it's not getting this too hot. Okay, so it's been about 3 hours. I want to go ahead and pull one out and kind of just see where it's at. And I'm bored and I'm tired of waiting for it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, pop this off, pull one out, stick the lid back on, put the wood down there and clamp it, because everything I've read, you get about 30 seconds of window before it starts to get non-malleable. So you got to be quick. Okay, got to be quick. Got to be quick. Got to be quick. Okay, got to be quick. All right, got to go. Got to go. Got to go. Come on, get off there. Come on. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Hot. Go. Quick. Quicker. Gotta be quicker than that. Come on. Come on. Tight. Come on. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let it sit here for, I guess, about an hour. When they're ready, I'll just pull the other two out and stick them in here as well. Okay, so all three are done and you gotta see how good this turned out. Okay, so for reference, this one's not steamed. This is the original, how bent it was. And this one, I actually steamed and straightened out. It turned out perfectly straight. You can just see like when it's up like this, how much of a bow it's in it. But when I flip this one, it's basically nothing. It's very little movement, but that's just because this end is thinner. So you're gonna have a little bit of play, but it's not bad at all. It's almost perfectly flat compared to this floppy thing. Turned out so good. So using the steam box to straighten things out works absolutely perfect. I strongly suggest it. I'll leave a link for all the stuff I use down below. Now, as always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It really genuinely does mean a lot to me. It's really cool that so many people have started watching some of my videos, have liked. And if you could just like and subscribe and leave a comment or something if you would like to, that would mean a lot to me as well. And that's a great way to support me if you want to. So until next time, I will see everyone later.